Hello mga ka-JTV. In this video lesson, we will discuss about solving problems involving parallelograms, trapezoids, and kites. At the end of this video lesson, you are expected to solve problems involving parallelograms, trapezoids, and kites. Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at pindutin ang like button sa baba kung nakatulong itong video lesson sa'yo. So, let's begin. So, we are done with proving theorems, diba? From theorem 1 to up to theorem 11, na-prove na natin kung totoo ba yung mga theorems na yun or hindi. So, lahat naman, diba, na-prove natin na totoo. So, ibig sabihin nun, itong mga theorems na ito, pwede natin gamitin sa pagsosolve ng mga problems. Kagaya ng mga ibibigay nating example mamaya. So, i-review natin yung mga theorems and after that, magbibigay tayo ng mga problems. So, theorem 1, if a parallelogram has a right angle, then it has 4 right angles and the parallelogram is a rectangle. So, given itong parallelogram ABCD at kapag may nakita daw tayong isang right angle, lahat daw ng mga angles na yan ay right angle na rin. Or when we say right angle, diba, it measures 90 degrees. So, kung 90 degrees yung isang angle, kahit hindi natin alam na ano yung mga angle nito, then, by theorem 1, alam natin na, masasabi natin na, ayan ay 90 degrees din. Lahat ng angles na yan ay 90 degrees. So, try natin mag-solve ng problem dito. So, given rectangle ABCD, sabi dito, given measure angle A is equal to 90 degrees. So, itong angle A natin ay 90 degrees. So, find the measures of angle B and angle C. Ano yung measure ng angle B at angle C daw? So, dito hindi natin nakita na may measure sila, di ba? Pero, by the help of theorem number 1, masasabi natin na itong angle B and angle C ay 90 degrees din. Di ba? Doon sa definition ng theorem number 1, kapag meron isang angle na 90 degree or right angle, then lahat ng mga angles na yan ay 90 degrees na rin. So, theorem number 2. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So, sabi dyan sa theorem number 2, yung diagonal AC daw ay equal or congruent kay diagonal BD. So, bigay tayo ng example dyan. Given rectangle ABCD with diagonal AC equals 2x plus 28 and diagonal BD equals 4 quantity 5x minus 2. So, yung question dito is, what is the value of x and what are the measures of diagonal AC and diagonal BD. So, si diagonal AC, may expression daw siya dyan na 2x plus 28. At diagonal BD, may expression siya na dyan na 4 quantity 5x minus 2. Yung pinapahanap dito is, ano daw yung value ng x and ano daw yung haba ng mga diagonals natin. So, hindi pa natin masasabi ngayon, di ba? Kasi hindi naman eksakto itong given expression dito. So, isolve natin yan. So, gamit yung theorem number 2 natin na sinasabi na yung mga diagonals ng isang rectangle ay congruent. So, kapag congruent sila, they are equal. So, pwede tayo mag-construct ngayon ng equation dito. Pwede nating equate si diagonal AC kay diagonal BD. Diba nga, they are congruent. So, they are equal. So, diagonal AC is equal to diagonal BD. So, yan yung na-construct nating equation. Ngayon, sa substitute natin yung naka-assign sa kanila na expression. So, palitan ko sa AC ng 2x plus 28 since naka-assign sa kanya is 2x plus 28. And, palitan natin si BD ng 4 quantity 5x minus 2. And then, simplify lang natin. Distribute 4 sa 5x at negative 2. 4 times 5x, that is 20x. And 4 times negative 2, that is negative 8. And transfer natin lahat ng mga variables sa left side and lahat ng numbers or constants sa right side. So, 2x minus 20x, yan na-transfer na sa 20x sa left side as negative 20x at si 28 sa right side as negative 28. Nagpapalit tayo ng sign kapag naglilipat tayo ng numbers or variables from left to right or right to left. So, ito naman, combine like terms. 2x minus 20x, that is negative 18x, and negative 8 minus 28, that is negative 36. Para ma-isolate si x sa left side, i-divide natin both sides of the equation ng negative 18. And then, maka-cancel na ito, and negative 36 divided by negative 18, that is equal to 2. So, yung value ng x natin dito ay 2. Ngayon, itong nakuha nating 2 na ito, gagamitin natin siya para mahanap natin yung length ng mga diagonals natin. So, paano mahanap yung mga diagonals? Kukuha tayo ng expression, either si AC or si BD. So, dito, kinuha ko si AC. So, si AC, yung expression niya ay 2x plus 28. Papalitan lang natin ngayon itong x na ito nung nakuha nating value ng x dito. So, we have AC equals 2 times 2 plus 28. 2 times 2, that is 4. And 4 plus 28, that is 32. So, therefore, yung diagonal natin, diagonal AC is 32. Yan yung haba niya. Ngayon, paano mahanap si diagonal BD? So, simple lang. Apply lang natin yung theorem number 2 since the congruent yung mga diagonals ng isang rectangle. Then, kung 32 si AC, then si diagonal BD ay 32 din. Theorem number 3. The diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. So, based dyan sa theorem na yan, yung diagonals ng isang rhombus ay perpendicular. Ibig sabihin nun, yung kapag nag-intersect yung dalawang diagonals niya, nakakapag-form yun ng 90 degrees. So, yan yung ibig sabihin ng perpendicular. And theorem number 4, each diagonal of a rhombus bisects opposite angles. So, ibig sabihin yan, itong diagonal WP natin, hating niya yung angle W into 2 equal angles. Itong angle na ito, tsaka yung angle na ito. Same with angle P. Itong angle na ito, tsaka angle na ito, hating niya into 2 equal angles. And same with diagonal IE, itong angle I, hating niya into 2 equal angles. And same with angle E, hating niya into 2 equal angles. Yan ko yung ibig sabihin ng bisects. Hating niya into 2 equal parts. So, bigay tayo ng problem dito. Given rhombus WIPE, find the measures of the following angles if measure angle WIP is equal to 96 degrees. So, given itong angle I, which is 96 degrees. Ngayon, anong hahanapin natin? So, hanapin daw natin yung measure angle WIE. Ito yun, WIE. So, ang hinahanap nating angle dito, itong part na ito. Itong kalahati dito. Kasi, ano siya WIE. Okay? So, ano kaya yung measure nitong kalahati dito? So, di ba, by theorem natin by theorem number 4, yung diagonals ng isang rhombus, iba-bisect niya yung mga angles. So, ibig sabihin nito, kukunin natin yung kalahati lang ng 96 degrees. Di ba 96 degrees si angle I? Sabi dyan is WIP. So, angle I yun. Tapos, papahanap si WIE. Ibig sabihin yun, yung kalahati lang ng 96 degrees ang kukunin natin. By theorem number 4, di ba? So, 1/2 of 96, that is 48. So, therefore, yung measure angle WIE is equal to 48 degrees. Itong kalahati dito ay 48 degrees siya. And B, measure angle IWE. Ito IWE. So, ang tinitignan natin angle dito is itong angle W. Buong angle na yan. Okay? So, gagawin natin dito is 180 minus 96. Paano natin nakuha yung 180 minus 96? Kasi di ba by property of parallelogram, yung adjacent angle niya ay supplementary. Magkatabing angle ay supplementary. Since ito 96 degrees, tong angle I ay katabi niya yung angle W, then they are supplementary. Kaya ginawa natin dito is 180 minus 96. Diba? Kapag sinabi na supplementary angles yon na pinag-add na equal sa 180 degrees yung sum nila. So, gagawin lang natin 180 minus yung 96 dito. And that is equal to 84 degrees. So, ibig sabihin niyan si angle W ay 84 degrees yung measure niya. And letter C, measure angle EWP. So, EWP. Ito yon, EWP. So, hinahanap natin angle itong kalahati dito. Kalahati nung angle W. So, since nakuha natin si angle IWE or yung angle W natin na 84 degrees, then hahatiin lang natin yon. So 1/2 ng 84, that is equal to 42 degrees. So ibig sabihin yan, itong angle dito na kalahati ay 42 degrees lang siya. Okay, theorem number 5. The segment that joins the midpoint of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half as long. So we have triangle A and E, and meron tayong tinatawag na midline dito, si PS. Okay, itong point P dito, ito yung midpoint ng side AN, at itong point S dito ay ito yung midpoint ng side NE. At itong third side na ito, parallel daw siya dito sa midline. At yung haba ng midline na ito ay kalahati ng haba ng third side, which is side AE. So magagamit natin yan sa pagsosolve ng isang problem. So in the figure, P and S are midpoints of AN and NE respectively. Find the value of X and length of the midline PS. Given PS is 3x minus 5 and AE is 26. So given yung midline natin na 3x minus 5 and yung third side natin na A is 26. So paano yung construct natin equation dito? So magbe-base tayo dun sa theorem natin na yung haba daw nitong midline natin ay kalahati lang dun sa haba ng AE, itong third side natin. So yung construct natin equation dito ay yung midline is equal to 1/2 of the third side AE. So kalahati lang ng third side. Okay? So yan yung pinaka-equation natin ngayon. And then sa-substitute lang natin yung mga given values sa kanila. So si PS, di ba, nakasign na expression diyan ay 3x minus 5. Kaya papalitan ko si PS ng 3x minus 5. And si AE, yung nabigay na value sa kanya is 26. Kaya papalitan ko si AE ng 26. And then simplify lang natin, 1/2 ng 26 ay 13. And then ililipat ko lang si negative 5 sa right side, magiging siyang positive 5. And add lang natin yan, 13 plus 5, that is 18. And we will divide both sides of the equation by 3 para ma-isolate si x sa left side. So makakancel na itong 3 dito. So 18 divided by 3, that is 6. So nakuha na natin yung value ng x dito. Ngayon magagamit natin itong value ng x na ito sa pagsosolve ng length ni PS. So para magawa yon, gagamitin natin yung expression na naka-assign kay PS, which is 3x minus 5. And papalitan lang natin si x nang nakuha natin value ng x dito, which is 6. So we have 3 times 6 minus 5. 3 times 6, that is 18. And 18 minus 5, that is 13. So yung haba ng midline natin is 13. So another example, in the figure, P and S are midpoints of AN and NE respectively. Given NP, itong segment na ito, NP is equal to 7 and SE is equal to 8, itong segment na ito. So yung tatanungin dito is, what is AN plus NE? Itong side ng triangle na ito plus ito daw na side na ito na NE. So paano natin makuha yon? So di ba, alam natin na itong point P, ito yung midpoint ng NA. At itong point S, ito yung midpoint ng NE. And alam natin kapag midpoint, diba, hatiin niya yung side into two equal segments. So ibig sabihin yan, itong side na ito at side na ito ay congruent. At itong side na ito at itong side na ito ay congruent sila. Since they are, yung P natin ay midpoint dito at yung S ay midpoint dito. Kaya nasabi natin congruent yung mga segments na yan. And then, yung mako-construct nating equation dito ay AN plus NE. So, yan yung kinukuha natin, di ba? Is equal to NP times 2 plus SE times 2. Multiply lang natin sila ng 2. Di ba? Kasi since equal naman sila. So, substitute lang natin yung value ng NP natin dito ay 7. At yung SE natin, yung value niya ay 8. So, simplify lang natin. 7 times 2, that's 14, and 8 times 2, that is 16. And then, add lang natin, 14 plus 16, that is 30. So, therefore, yung sum ng mga lengths ng side AN at side NE ay 30 units. Theorem number 6. The median of a trapezoid is parallel to each base and its length is 1/2 the sum of the lengths of the bases. So, based dito sa theorem na ito, yung median daw natin, parallel siya dito sa mga bases. Ito sa base na OE at JL. Parallel siya. And then, yung length daw niya ay kalahati nung sum ng mga lengths ng mga bases. So, ibig sabihin yan, OE, yung length ni OE plus yung length ni JL, tapos i-divide natin ng 2. Then, yun yung magiging haba ng median AC natin. So, yun yung gusto sabihin dito sa theorem number 6. So, bigay tayo ng example. Given trapezoid Joel, find AC. So, hanapin natin yung length ng median natin na AC. Given itong OE natin na 12 at itong JL natin na 16. Okay? So, i-construct natin dito na equation ay AC equals 1/2 times OE plus JL. So, paano natin nakuha yan? Diba si AC, ito yung midline natin. And based dun sa theorem natin, makuha natin yung haba ni midline AC by adding yung length ng bases natin na OE at JL. So, pinag-add natin sila dito and then sabi doon half, diba? Kaya naglagay tayo ng 1/2 dyan na i-multiply natin dito sa sum nitong dalawang bases. And then, substitute lang natin mga given values niyan. Si OE, papalitan natin ng 12 at si JL ay papalitan natin ng 16. And then, simplify lang natin 12 plus 16, that is 28. And 1/2 ng 28 ay 14. So, therefore, yung median natin dito, yung length niya ay 14. Theorem number 7. The base angles of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. So, yung mga, ano daw yan, yung mga base angles natin ay congruent. Based dito sa theorem number 7. So, bigay tayo ng example dyan. So, given isosceles trapezoid ROSE, R-O-S-E, find x if measure angle E is equal to 2x minus 6 and measure angle S is equal to 82. So, since yung mga base angles natin ay congruent, so they are equal, di ba? So, i-construct natin equation dito ay ganito. Angle E is equal to angle S. Kasi nga, di ba, base angles are congruent based dun sa theorem natin. And then, substitute lang natin yung mga naka-assign na values dyan. So, si E, angle E, papalitan ko ng 2x minus 6 at si angle S, papalitan ko siya ng 82. And then, simplify lang natin. Transpose ko sa negative 6 sa right side, magiging siyang positive 6. And then, 82 plus 6, that is 88. And we will divide both sides of the equation by 2 para ma-isolate si x sa left side ng equation. So, makakancel na ito. And 88 divided by 2, that is 44. So, x equals 44. So, ito na yung answer natin na pinapahanap dito. Find x if measure angle is equal to 2x minus 6 and measure angle S is equal to 82. Theorem number 8. Opposite angles of an isosceles trapezoid are supplementary. So, yung mga opposite angles daw ng isang isosceles trapezoid ay supplementary. Ibig sabihin, kapag pinag-add natin yung opposite angles na yon, they are equal to 180 degrees. So, bigay tayo ng example. Given isosceles trapezoid OLAT, find the measure of angle A if measure angle O is equal to 70 degrees. So, si angle O daw ay 70 degrees. At ang pinapahanap dito is yung measure ni angle A. So, yung magagawa nating equation dito ay measure angle A plus measure angle O equals 180 degrees. Kasi based on sa theorem natin, di ba, opposite angles are supplementary. So, kapag sinabi natin kasi supplementary, di ba, yung mga angles na pinag-add natin, kaya meron tayong plus dito, they are equal to 180 degrees. Kapag sinabi na supplementary, di ba, that is equal to 180. Kaya ganyan yung equation natin. Yung measure angle A plus measure angle O is equal to 180 degrees. Yung mga opposite angles natin ng isang isosceles trapezoid, they are supplementary. So, substitute lang natin yung mga given values. Si measure angle O, di ba, 70 degrees siya. Kaya, pinalitan ko si measure angle O dito ng 70. And transpose ko lang si 70 sa right side. So, we have 180 minus 70. And then 180 minus 70, that's 110 degrees. So therefore, yung angle A natin, it measures 110 degrees. That sums up to 110 plus 70, that's 180 degrees. So they are supplementary. So tinutulungan tayo ng mga theorems, no, sa pagsosolve. Another example is, given isosceles trapezoid OLAT, what is the value of x? What are the measures of angle A and angle O? So, merong given dito. Si angle A ay 3x plus 10 daw, at si angle O ay 2x minus 5. So, again, alam natin na opposite angles ng isang isosceles trapezoid ay supplementary. So, gagawin natin dito, measure angle A plus measure angle O is equal to 180. And substitute lang natin yung mga naka-assign na values sa kanila. Si measure angle A, that is 3x plus 10. At si measure angle O, that is 2x minus 5. Then equals 180. And then simplify lang natin. Combine like terms, 3x plus 2x, that is 5x. And 10 minus 5, that is 5. And then transpose ko si 5 sa right side, that is 180 minus 5. 180 minus 5, that's 175. And to isolate x sa left side, you will divide both sides of the equation by 5. So, makakancel na to. So, 175 divided by 5, that is 35. So, therefore, yung value ng x natin dito ay 35. Tapos, pinapahanap din dito yung measure ni angle A and angle O. Okay? So, gagawin lang natin is, kukunin lang natin yung expression na naka-assign kay angle A or kay angle O. And then, substitute lang natin tong nakuha nating value ng x. So, palitan lang natin si x ng 35. So, we have 3 times 35 plus 10. And 3 times 35, that is 105. And 105 plus 10, that is 115. So, yung measure angle A natin dito, it measures 115 degrees. And si measure angle O naman. So, para makuha si measure angle O, since supplementary yung opposite angles ng isang isosceles trapezoid, isusubtract lang natin tong measure ni angle A sa 180. So, angle O is equal to 180 minus 115. And 180 minus 115, that is equal to 65. So, therefore, angle O is equal to 65 degrees. So, 65 plus 115, that is 180 degrees. They are supplementary. Theorem number 9. The diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. So, yan, no? Diagonals daw ng isang isosceles trapezoid ay congruent or magkasing haba yung length nila nung diagonals na to na MT at AH. So, bigay tayo ng example. Given isosceles trapezoid MATH, what's the value of y? How long is each diagonal? So, yung given natin na si diagonal AH ay 4y minus 3 daw. At si diagonal MT ay 2y plus 5. So, paano natin masasagot ito? So, tutulangan tayo ng theorem natin, di ba? Sabi kasi, di ba, yung diagonals ay congruent. So, meaning to say, they are equal. So, gagawin natin equation dito ay yung diagonal AH is equal to diagonal MT. They are equal kasi nga congruent sila. And sa substitute lang natin mga given expression. So, si AH, that is 4y minus 3, kaya pinalitan ko si AH dito ng 4y minus 3. At si MT naman, pinalitan ko siya ng 2y plus 5. And then, simplify lang natin. Lipat natin lahat ng mga may variables sa left side at yung mga numbers sa right side. So, nilipat ko si 2y sa left side, naging negative 2y. At negative 3, nilipat ko sa right side, naging positive 3. 4y minus 2y, that is 2y. And 5 plus 3, that is 8. And we will divide both sides of the equation by 2 para ma-isolate si y sa left side. So, makakancel na ito. And 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So, the value of y here is 4. Ngayon, hanapin naman natin yung length ng MT at AH, yung dalawang diagonal natin. So, gagamitin natin si AH, 4y minus 3. Isa-substitute lang natin itong nakuha nating value ng y na 4 dito sa expression na 4y minus 3. So, palitan natin si y ng 4. So, we have 4 times 4 minus 3. 4 times 4, that's 16. And 16 minus 3, that is 13. So, the value of diagonal AH is 13. Yan yung haba niya. And paano naman si diagonal MT? So, since based on sa theorem, they are congruent, then si MT ay 13 din. Diba nga equal yung dalawang diagonals nito. Kung gusto nyo i-check, pwede nyo rin i-substitute yung 4 dito sa expression ni MT. So, makuha nyo rin doon ay 13 din. Theorem number 10. In a kite, the perpendicular bisector of at least one diagonal is the other diagonal. So, ibig sabihin lang dyan sa theorem na yan, meron tayong dalawang diagonal, di ba, sa kite. So, itong diagonal KM, binabisect niya daw yung diagonal JL natin. So, ibig sabihin ng binabisect is, dinidivide niya into two equal segments. And at the same time, perpendicular daw. So, ibig sabihin, itong dalawang diagonal nito, perpendicular sila. So, nakakabuo sila ng 90 degrees dito. And at the same time, si KM, ito yung perpendicular bisector ni diagonal JL. So, nag-meet sila sa point na ito. Ibig sabihin, itong segment na ito ay equal dito sa segment na ito. So, bigay tayo ng example problem. Given kite JKLM, what is the value of JO? Given JL is equal to 10. So, itong JL na ito, itong diagonal JL natin, yung haba niya daw ay 10. Ngayon, tinatanong, ano yung haba ni segment JO? So, simple lang. I-divide lang natin si JL ng 2. Diba? Based on sa theorem, binabisect si JL nung diagonal KM. Kaya, magdi-divide tayo ng 2 dyan since itong segment JO and OL ay congruent. So, divide lang natin yung JL natin. So, that is 10 divided by 2 and simply, the value of JO here is 5. Theorem number 11. The area of the kite is half the product of the lengths of its diagonals. So, yung area daw ng isang kite, makukuha natin siya by multiplying the lengths of its diagonal. And, i-divide natin ng 2 yon. So, sabi niya kasi ito half. So, yung kalahati nung product nung lengths nung dalawang diagonals na isang kite, yun yung magiging area niya. So, bigay tayo ng example dito. Given kite JKLM, given diagonal KM is equal to 12 cm and diagonal JL is equal to 6 cm. What is the area of the kite JKLM? So, yung mako-construct nating equation dito ay mag-base tayo dun sa theorem natin na kalahati nung product nung lengths ng mga diagonals niya. So, yung magiging equation natin ay yung area ng kite is equal to 1/2 kasi 'di ba may binanggit doon na half. And the product of the lengths of the diagonals. So, we have diagonal KM and diagonal JL. Mumultiply natin yon. And then, substitute lang natin mga given values. Si KM ay 12 cm at si JL ay 6 cm. So, multiply lang natin yan. 12 times 6, that is 72 square centimeter. So, centimeter times centimeter, that is square centimeter. Remember that yung unit natin for area is laging square. So, dito yung unit natin ay centimeter, kaya square centimeter yung unit natin dito. So, 1/2 of 72, that is 36. So, therefore, yung area ng kite JKLM ay 36 square centimeter. Again, wag niyong kakalimutan yung unit natin na square centimeter dapat. Another example is, given kite play, given yung area naman ngayon ng kite, PLAY, which is 135 square centimeter. And given din yung isang diagonal natin, which is 9 centimeters. Kaya yung tanong is, how long is diagonal LY? Gaano daw kahaba itong LY na ito? So again, gagamitin natin yung equation na ginamit natin kanina, which is area equals 1/2 nung product nung mga diagonals natin. So we have PA times LY. So substitute lang natin mga given values dyan. So sa area may value siya, diba? Which is 135 square centimeter. And si PA natin ay 9 centimeters. So hinahanap natin tong LY. So, 1/2 times 9, that is 4.5. And we will divide both sides of the equation by 4.5 para ma-isolate si Ly dito sa right side. So, 135 square centimeter divided by 4.5 centimeter, that is equal to 30 centimeters. So, dito, tinagalan natin yung square kasi, di ba, dun sa loss of exponent natin, yung mga exponent, sinusubtract natin. Kumbaga, 2 minus 1 dito sa ilalim. Tapos, matitira na lang is yung centimeter. Kasi, hindi naman area yung hinahanap natin dito. Hinahanap natin is yung diagonal. So, 135 divided by 4.5, that is 30. So, we have Ly is equal to 30 centimeters or Ly is equal to 30 centimeters. Yung haba ng diagonal Ly natin ay 30 centimeters. So, yan no. Yan yung mga tulong ng mga theorems natin. Tinutulungan nila tayo sa pagsosolve ng mga problems about dito sa mga given problems dito sa video lesson natin. Okay, so huwag niyo kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-like na rin itong video kung nakatulong sa inyo. Hanggang dito na lang. Paalam!